All right, everyone, welcome back to our second match in the GSA versus Mode League for Super Mario Maker 2. We got Miviens versus EvanBreaksGames. Miviens coming from Canada, and Evan, of course, from the United States. I'm not personally too familiar with Miviens. I haven't seen them around. Evan, I know, is another Pink S Plus gamer. Definitely got a lot of those in this league, and so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And of course, these are the standings for the Versus Mode League. Only one match so far, and Velocity taking the previous one, 9-4 over Doomsday. But definitely got a long ways to go, and until we get more of these matches in, we won't have an idea. It looks like we are about to get started, so good luck to both players, and I hope they have fun. So. Alright, looks like we got some dash blocks up in the front. Unfortunately, I was informed this connection here is a bit laggy. Not much you can do about that. That's just one of the facts of versus that you have to deal with sometimes. Sometimes it's not either player. Sometimes two players can have a bad connection. Doesn't look too bad so far. Both players opting to skip the mushroom. Getting that mushroom does slow them down. So, and let's see. Okay, so we got. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well. All right, Evan. Finding something. Miviens unfortunately found that pipe is going to be blocked. Okay, finding their way into the sub area this time. Not really sure what's going on in this level. Looks like maybe possibly pink coin collecting. Not 100% sure about that. Looks like we got a key there and then a pink coin. Not really sure how much Evan has collected. Evan opting not to destroy that that block with the hammer suit in it. And fortunately just finds a way right back. Okay, now they do. Now it destroys it. Pretty common versus mode tactic, destroying the block with the hammer suit in it. And unfortunately Miviens is gonna get bumped off of by Evan and eventually land on that spike. So. And Evan just expertly managing these blocks and is gonna find a checkpoint. And it's going to be... Okay, nothing coming out of that pipe, so not clear if it's a sub-error, or if it's just bait, or what's the deal. Evan decides to go right. Like I said, rule number 1 of versus, always go right. You can never go wrong going right. Finds another pink coin. And... Alright, some snowballs, another one. I'm not sure if that's at least 3 collected. Again, the pink coins are shared between both players, so it doesn't matter who gets the most or anything, it just matters who gets the last one. So now Evan coming up on a pom-pom fight. Miviens still a little bit behind, hasn't found the checkpoint yet, and without that hammer suit, I don't believe he's going to be able to even get forward unless they can find an on-off switch. So Miviens may be stuck, and Evan finds the key switch. Interesting. Okay, grabs the car, and Miviens hearing the P-switch music realizes that Evan must have found it. And now we see what awaits the rest of this level. There's a key door. Oh, unfortunately, Evan missing the jump and not able to get back in straight into the void. And if Miviens can get that key, might be able to get into the key door. Didn't see what happened though, so it's gonna try jumping over these icicles. And not sure where the key is. It doesn't look like it's floating up. Okay, Evan manages to get the key back, and now Miviens realizes what happens, and now it's waiting for Evan, and ends up with the key, but it's far from over. Of course, in versus mode, if you jump on a player that has a key, you get their key. And now that's what these players are doing, basically just trying to jump back and forth, trying to get the key. Evan does manage to get the key, get in the door, and let's see. Oh boy. Okay, Evan makes it through pretty easily, and Miviens unfortunately falls behind, and that is going to be Evan taking game 1 of the set. GG to Evan on that first game. But this one is far from over, so. That was definitely an interesting level. You know, it's the kind of thing you see sometimes in versus. You know, I mean, just in Mario Maker in general, you see these kind of back and forth levels where you're not going straight forward all the time. And in versus, that allows other players a lot of chances to to catch up. But unfortunately, Mivien's not able to get the comeback that time. Oh, Mivien's blocked Evan, preventing them from going backwards. Evan didn't feel comfortable with that jump. Tried to go back, but Mivien's blocked him. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but either way, it works out. And so Mivien's now in the lead. Gets the checkpoint as well, and a power-up, so... Yeah, I've been having a bit of trouble with this first section, looks like. And... looks like we got a bit of a boss battle, and... Evan not too far from the checkpoint, so this is going to give him the chance to catch up. Opts to go in the door, doesn't look for the power-up. And I believe Evan ends up with the key! Oh wow, what a steal! And now Evan's got the Link power-up. Well, it looks like a bit of a boss rush going on here. This is going to be difficult, though, with the Link. I know that Bowser takes a lot of hits, and fortunately with Bowser bouncing around in there, these players losing their costumes a lot, and actually Mivien's, I believe, taking the death there. And so now Evan out in the lead, gets the Bowser, but oh, the key was actually in the Chomp. So, interesting. And that is going to be it. Evan takes game 2. Well played by Evan there. Taking a bit of a risk, and it pays off. So, well done. So we move on to game 3. Hopefully soon. Looks like maybe our players are taking a bit of a break, so I'm just gonna wait for them to get back and start it. So, Evan, I mean, not surprised. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with Miviens, so I'm not sure where their rank actually is. I know Evan, like I said, is Pink S+, over 6,000 rank points, and a lot of experience, one of our top versus players. And so, I'm not too surprised that Evan takes the first 2 games. Has a lot of experience, like I said, dealing with these 1v1s. We had a big versus tournament a while ago. Had over 100 players, and so Evan getting a lot of experience there in the 1v1, as well as the monthly tournaments, and then. Just a bunch of the versus community has been holding a lot of tournaments since we got the ability to play with friends. So it's been really interesting to see how it shakes out. It looks like we are finally going to get on to game 3. Yes, I forgot about that. Evan, getting the timing mixed up on the last monthly. Unfortunately, forced a forfeit there. So it looks like we got a bit of a pick-a-pipe. The interesting thing about you saw there, the interesting thing about versus is that you actually get iframes coming out of a door or a pipe, and so you actually don't get immediately killed when you end up in a spike section, pick a door. So looks like Evan out with the lead, just has to navigate through these spikes and able to do so with ease. Evan very experienced and knowing how to navigate those spike sections pretty easily. So Evan so far off to a 3-0. Mivien's still looking to get on the board. But still got a lot of match to go. Again, it is 13 levels total. It's not a best of 13, so all 13 games are going to be played to a winner. And so every game counts. You don't want to count yourself out. The last thing you want to do in this situation is get tilted just because your opponent wins the first few games. Mivien's still going to have a lot of chances to come back. And of course, like I said, it is a long season. This is just the start. But obviously you want to get off to a good start. You want to get that momentum going early. So once again, Evan out into the slight lead. Okay, it looks like... Okay, Mivien's opting to go right. Unfortunately, walks right into that Goomba. Evan follows the arrow. When it comes to Mario Maker, arrows, it's kind of a 50-50, whether they lead you astray or not. In this case, it leads to a key, but now Evan forced to go back, and that's going to give Miviens a chance. Mivien's now sort of in the lead. It's going to probably come down to a key battle once Mivien finds the door, and players just kind of forced to wait while these Goomba towers walk by, and there's the key door, so Mivien's going to realize what's happening. Unfortunately, it jumps at the wrong time and allows Evan to go right through and into the key door. But with these Goomba walls, it's going to force our players to wait, actually, and... Oh, Miviens, that's unfortunate. Trying to dodge the Goombas and the Boo at the same time, and unfortunately gets bumped into the Boo, so... that is a rip. Alright, Evan's once again opting to follow the arrows, finds a checkpoint. Interesting. Again, not 100% clear what's going on in this level, and it looks like it's going to be another key. Alright, and Evan's finding a power-up. I think that's the first power-up any of our players have found in this level. Unfortunately, Mivien's taken another death on those Goomba towers, so that is going to further extend Evan's lead as soon as we can get back in the pipe. Okay. Dodges the chomp. Opts to go in the top pipe. Interesting. This time deciding maybe the arrows were wrong. And again, these Goomba towers forcing our players to slow down a bit. But it seems to be about equal for both of our players. Okay, and there's another key. Interesting setup. I wonder... And Evan deciding, I bet this Boom Boom probably has another key that I need to get. Oh, not that time. Alright, and that pipe does not go anywhere. It's just for dispensing fire flowers. So that is actually going to allow Miviens the chance to catch up. Those checkpoints not really meaning much, and Mivien's maybe realizing this, opting to just skip that. So, let's see. Finds a power-up, and now they're both in the same area, so now Evan's got to be careful with those keys. Oh, and it looks like that's just a special bonus area, I guess, for getting mushrooms. Oh, Evan with the dodge there. Maybe it's just mistiming the jump slightly. It looks like the bottom pipe is the correct one. Oh. And now Miviens ends up with the key. Miviens with a very slight lead. But anything can happen. You gotta play this carefully. Oh, Evan gets stuck on the platform. Has to wait for it to come back down. So that's one key gone. Mivien's taking some damage, though. Gotta be... Oh, no! Oh, the chomp! Oh, horrendous RNG for Mivien. Didn't have the checkpoint, so all the way back to the start. Evan, gonna have no trouble with this boss battle. And just dodges the fire there. Key, and that... It's like... Yeah, that's gonna be the end. Evan taking game 4. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Miviens was so close there. Although with the boss battle ahead of him, anything still was anyone's game at that point. Maybe it's just getting a little bad luck there. You know, you hate to see that happen, but that's just the way it goes sometimes in Mario Maker. So Evan extending lead even further. You gotta feel bad for Miviens there. This looks like it could be potentially interesting level. It depends on what comes after these conveyor belts. And, oh, Miviens unfortunately getting dumped into the spikes. But it looks like this could be a pretty dangerous level for our players. So the Miviens this time getting the power up. Both players opting to skip that. The first one trying to get out to the lead. I've been confident in their ability to make it forward without a power-up. Just skipping that claw, but not able to skip that one. Okay, it looks like we're back to the danger zone. Dodging, oh boy, oh, gotta be careful there. Uh-oh. Alright, so this level jumped up a notch pretty quickly. And now, oh boy. Alright, expertly threading the needle there with Evan. Avoiding those bonsai bills. Edson found a checkpoint though, so gotta be careful. Any one mistake could lead to death. Finally finds a checkpoint, managing to avoid, or correctly time those jumps to avoid the fire. And Miviens unfortunately looks like took another death and forced it all the way back to the start, so Evan with a huge lead now, looking to extend the lead even further. Watch out for those parachutes. Parachutes, oh, I hate parachutes. They are the absolute worst. You know, it just seems like they're so hard to predict. And Evan finding their way out of the subworld and into a star. And it looks like going to be pretty close to the end, as long as they can make it through. And that is going to be it. Evan taking game 5. So far, Miviens not able to get on the board. EvanBreaksGames just 2 away from taking the series. So again, you gotta be careful not to get tilted here, because you don't want to make things worse for yourself than they already are. So you know, you just gotta take a minute, compose yourself, and get ready. And you just gotta try your best. And like I said, something we emphasized in the last set, sometimes you gotta take risks. You can't play too safe, especially when you're behind. So. And especially against a player who is higher ranked than you. So hopefully Miviens can find some, at the very least, find some luck. You know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But you also want to be good as well. So. Got some pretty straightforward action so far. Miviens slightly in the lead, but unfortunately, just goes a little too fast there. Thought they could get under the thwomp, but not able to get that. So Evan once again going to be out to the lead in this game. Oh boy, looks like we got Dark Ghost House. That is going to be really tricky to navigate. You got to on the one hand, you want to go as fast as you can, but you really just don't want to end up putting yourself into a bad situation here. You got to manage. You got to manage being careful with going fast here. So at this time, Evan just deciding, try and play it safe. Finds a power up. That's going to make this a bit easier. You still don't want to go too fast because you could end up falling off an edge pretty easily if you're not careful. And it looks like we got some pink coins. Evan finding the checkpoint. And Alright. Evan smartly using the fireballs to at least get a glimpse forward, you know, get enough information to, you know, try and take it a little bit safer. Finds a key door, and I believe I saw the pink coin. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to throw that shell in order to get that pink coin. Evan realizing it pretty easily, and gets in the key door. Oh boy, now we've got a section. So okay, Evan expertly managing to stay alive there. Oh boy, this is gonna be close. Okay, loses the Shelmet. Very smart decision to take that Shelmet. Loses another one. Gotta get in there! Just gets in there before getting squished. That was a close one for Evan. It looks like Evan is gonna take game 6. So Evan making a statement here in the first set of the Versus League. So absolutely saying I am here to win, says Evan. So really well played there. Yeah. And said it in the last game, expert levels can be tricky when you're used to versus. Of course, normal versus you draw from the entire pool, so you do end up getting a lot of easy and normal levels, where sometimes it's just run to the right. But here in the Versus League, it's all expert, so you got to be prepared for levels to be a bit difficult. You're not going to find any run right levels in this tournament. So both players trying to get a jump off that tree to try and clear those pokies, but not able to do so. Of course, well, let's see. Miviens not realizing that they had the iframes maybe to get over there, but Evan does, and able to get a section, avoids getting hit by that spike, and finds a power-up. Be careful there. Miviens still having some trouble with this first section. Alright, okay, so it looks like we got a P-switch section. Those P-switch blocks interesting, introduced in the last update. They create some very interesting scenarios for levels, and now some dash blocks, so level creator making use of all the new tools in this update. You got spikes as well. Oh. Alright, and interesting. Okay, so Evan opts to go for the warp block, see where that takes him. Oh. Okay, gotta be careful there. Alright, so it looks like needing a key. It's not gonna be up there, so. Let's see. Alright, so I'm guessing that what you have to do here is wait for the. Oh boy. Oh, Evan, really well played there. Not getting on the wall jump, because that would have killed him immediately. Oh, but unfortunately not even at that time. Dies pretty quickly, so now Mivien's out into the lead, but has to realize what's going on in this level. Of course, there was no checkpoint, so Evan all the way back to the start, so now Miviens, if they can realize what is going on in this level, they're going to have a chance to take it. And gets the key! Oh wow, that was that was an interesting scenario there. And that's going to be the end of the level, so Mivien's just deciding to wait out the P-switch. Yeah. Trying to get up there now. Oh boy, Miviens, you gotta make it. And alright, finally Mivien's taking off of Evan, so avoiding the clean sweep. So now Evan leading 6-1 over Mivien in the first set. In their first set of the league. So well played by Miviens at the end. Got a little bit lucky with that with the timing on that P block, but you know, definitely not an easy level. So definitely did a good job to get up there. Alright, so there's a... Interesting. Okay, so Miviens opts for the skull block. Finds the on-off block, but looks like Evan is gonna get that power-up anyway. Loses it pretty quickly, though. It looks like maybe the objective is to get into that door, I'm guessing. Gotta be careful. You don't want to end up destroying too many of the blocks, otherwise you're gonna end up making it impossible for yourself. So Miviens finally gets the power up. Unfortunately, he's gonna find out that didn't need to wait for that one. So Evan's still in the lead. Although having cleared the blocks, that's gonna make it means to get through. So looks like this time they're trying to get into that pipe. Evan gets through first this time, but Mivien's right behind. So, still anyone's game. As long as they can hold on to those big shrooms. There's the next pipe. Evan loses the big shroom, so now Mivien's having a chance to get ahead. Gets first into that pipe that time. Run, Miviens, run! Alright, well... Alright, it looks like this time it's gonna be another key door. Possibly having to collect the pink coins. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going on, unless they can find another key somewhere. Alright, Evan realizing what's going on, trying to get up there and collect those pink coins. Get in there. But even after that, they still have to destroy those blocks to get to that door, so... Alright, so it looks like Mivien's actually coming with the key this time. Evan trying to find their way back to the... Okay. Losing the big shroom. Right, too much difference. Evan manages to get the key. Oh, and now it looks like they're trying to get... oh, and there it goes. Unfortunately, Mivien's not able to navigate those bloopers, and so Evan now with a pretty big lead. And just has to get down into that door. So, and while hopefully not getting hit by anything. A lot of stuff going on. Loses the power up there. Okay, now has to get back up. Can't get that with a normal jump, so has to wait for one of these bullet bills to jump on. Get back. So that's gonna allow Miviens actually the chance to catch up. So Mivien's caught all the way back up and now trying to... ends up with the key, although Evan just jumps right on top of him and gets the key back, so... This is an interesting back-and-forth battle between our players. Trying to get the key and clear the blocks at the same time is going to be difficult. Unfortunately, Miviens loses the power-up again. Gets the key back, though, so... This one is just a very interesting setup. Neither player able to gain a decisive advantage. Just basically trading damage back and forth, trying to hope something works out in their favor. It's going to be really difficult to get killed though on either player. And still, those blocks aren't cleared out, so that door still needs to be cleared out. And still, the player's having trouble. So much stuff on the screen. I can't blame them. These with all these bullet bills hanging around. Oh boy, you gotta be careful. And now Evan with the clear shot. Just gets hit by the bullet bill. Unfortunately, Miviens did take a death there, able to get a power up back. So now Evan gonna have more or less a free shot as long as he can get in there without getting hit. All right, well that clears out the way, so that's the door. Oh, and it looks like we got a boss battle, so it's again gonna give Miviens the chance to catch up. They can just get through. Gets the key. And how much more is left to this level? You gotta wonder. Oh boy. Well, that's an interesting setup. You know, if Miviens gets there with a power-up, I believe they might be able to damage boost their way through there. It's hard to tell. I can't quite see what's on the other side. Yeah, it looks like potentially Miviens could damage boost, but opting, maybe not realizing that they can get through there. And now, unfortunately, losing their power-up. Okay, gets it back. They get through there, they potentially going to get caught up, but opting not to take the risk, and that's going to allow Evan to take the win. So Evan taking the win, gets up to 7 wins, so that's going to be the series for Evan. But again, we are playing to 13 total wins between each player. So we still got a lot of games potentially for Miviens to take back. So. Oh, and haven't seen one of these yet. It's a title screen level. Everyone's favorite versus title screen level. Except this one doesn't have the car, so that's interesting. Alright, so it looks like it's been modified a little bit. So not worried as much about that car. Evan, of course, having played, or at least a variation of this level, multiple times, so having no trouble. There's a car, although I'm not sure what it gets at this point. Yeah, I'm not... Okay, Evan manages to make it up. Gonna have some difficulty getting up there, though. It's really hard to get momentum. Okay, finally gets up there. Yeah, this one's a little bit different. Unfortunately, I believe... Interesting, I wasn't aware. It looks like getting crushed immediately kills the car. So... Evan having to take this just a little bit safe. It's just different enough to make you... sweat. And now having to worry about this Meowser. Of course, Meowsers are not too much trouble to dodge. They're pretty predictable. And oh, Evan just makes it. Takes another game off of Miviens. So title screen, a little bit of a variation on the title screen level, but still pretty similar overall. And again, expert players having a lot of experience with title screen levels. You don't actually see them too much in expert because most of them are so easy they end up in either normal or easy. But that one, I can imagine, caught a few players off guard, and probably both of our players caught off guard as well a little bit. But Evan ultimately able to make it through. It looks like this time we've got a another clear condition. This one is going to be shared, so whoever gets the last coin wins. And I believe it was all coins. No, Miviens unfortunately just not keeping his eye on the ball there. So now Evan the chance to take a substantial lead again. Clear conditions like these, shared between both players, so Evan just trying to Evan having a substantial lead so far to able to take it at his pace. Although Miviens actually catches back up pretty quickly. Evan forced to get the coins. That actually takes time. So now both of our players tied up, and again, it only matters who gets the last one, and it ends up being Miviens. But now he's going to dodge these bullet bills and dodge Evan. Did not want to get jumped on here. Makes it over, and Evan falls into the void, and Miviens takes it. Well played by Miviens. That was really well done at the end. Had a lot of stuff to dodge, without a power-up. So that was excellently played. Miviens taking a second win. Alright, so we've got 3 games left in this set. And we've got a hashtag DGR level. Those are always fun to see in versus. Looks like a little bit of a puzzle type thing going on here. Alright, so... Alright, well, not exactly sure. Okay, players voting to start over. It looks like... Okay, so it looks like they need to hit that shell into the power block to kill those munchers on the in the middle of the screen. So that's gonna get rid of those munchers. Now what left? Oh boy. Okay. Well. This is an interesting setup. Now, Evan trying to go for a jump off the POW, but it doesn't look like he's gonna have enough room for that. And it looks like they're just gonna vote to start over again. Or at least Evan is, so I'm trying to see if they can find something up top of the level, but it doesn't look like that's gonna work. And now both players trapped here, so nothing they can do. Well, it looks like Evan may be thinking. I don't think they're gonna be able to make that. Yeah, just jump. Yeah, that's the problem. You can't jump off the Yoshi there. You're just gonna get sent right into the Saw Blade, and if you get hit, then you're just gonna lose the Yoshi. So, unless our players can figure out exactly what's going on here, then this is probably gonna be a stalemate, unfortunately. Oh, and Evan actually gets the star by eating Miviens. That's something you can do in Versus. If you can basically steal other players' stars by grabbing them. That includes getting onto the Yoshi. So now Mivien's basically stuck, I think. Gonna have to try and start over, see if they can get through there. And of course, Evan, as long as they hang on to that Yoshi, is gonna have a huge advantage. Yoshi's incredibly powerful, and looks like. Let's see. Okay, waited for Miviens to hit the on-off block to get through. 200 IQ play by Evan, and ends up with getting the win as a result. So that is going to be make it 9-2 for EvanBreaksGames in this set. Again, the first set for both of these players of the league. So you want to get those. You want to get those points early. You want to get off to that. You want to get that momentum going early. And Evan doing that pretty expertly right now. So. Okay, well, it looked upside down at the start, but gotta see what's in the sub area first. All right, so it's not the whole thing upside down. Mivien's in the lead. Evan gets the power up though, so that could prove advantageous. Now we're back to the upside down nonsense, and it looks like this level. Not exactly amazing. Oh, Evan excellent the shell jump. Sorry, not the shell jump, but throwing the shell right into Mivien's face. And so that is something you can do in Versus. Throw shells at other players to kill them. And so okay, it looks like the theme of this level is going to be basically each side mirrors the other. So one's right side up, the other's upside down. And okay, so Miviens finds checkpoint. Both players are gonna end up at checkpoint, I believe. No, actually, Evan missed the checkpoint. So Miviens now, I guess, in the lead. Again, in this kind of level, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on. Okay, so that's just a reset door. So now Miviens just having to try to figure out these skull platforms. Okay, Evan does finally find the checkpoint. Ooh, is that gonna be enough? Oh, it's not. Mivien's just waiting a little too long on that jump. Fortunately, Evan, not having the lore, not realizing what was going on, ended up diving into the void, so... Of course... Oh, boy. With that interestingly placed checkpoint, means that Evan just falls into the void 2 more times before getting out. Unfortunately, Mivien's taking a little bit too long again on that platform, so... he's sent back. And it looks like Evan trying to throw Miviens off. Okay. Oh no, Evan. Not sure if they realized what they had to do. If they just slipped off, maybe missed the jump input. Not really clear. And it looks like both of our players gonna spend a little bit of time falling into the void while they wait for the skull platform to respawn. Oh boy. And so far, it's not respawning, which is interesting. Okay, and Evan opting just to start over. Yeah, it looks like Miviens just gonna end up continually falling into the void. Wait for that platform to respawn once Evan gets back there. I mean, interesting move by Evan. To try and get that platform back. Well, so far it's not working out. So far it looks like we're still going to be stuck in this the eternal cycle. Okay, Miviens deciding to start over this time. And Evan, well, it looks like he was thinking about giving up. I'm sure you're right, Flyby Guy. I don't 100% remember all the names of everything, but it's a platform. It's got skulls, so skull platform as far as I'm concerned. And okay, it looks like both players have agreed to give up. So that's sometimes the thing that happens. The players just realize it's a lost cause. Just give up and move on. And little bit of a gentleman's agreement. Didn't want to wait the rest of the time for that to end. So I think a good decision by our players to try something else. So again, 2 games left in this set. Evan, having the unbeatable lead. But Miviens trying to salvage as many games as he can. Again, it's a long season. Every game counts. And you never want to give up. So, alright, so it looks like we got a bit, okay. Oh boy, we got some hammer suits. The good thing is this is a pipe, so it means that, neither player able to block the other from getting that hammer suit. But it does mean that it's going to allow the other players a lot of chance to catch up. These hammer levels, unfortunately, can be a bit annoying in versus. A lot of times you just end up seeing this, where the other players are just kind of hammering each other, trying to get some sort of an advantage, and that time Evan ends up with the advantage for that round. Oh boy. Okay, Evan managed to stay alive. But Mivien's getting in the clear pipe first. Now it's time to jump on the blocks, and now the players are going to battle, and Miviens wins that one. So loses the hammer though. So good timing on that jump. Gotta be careful now though, without a power up. Skip scoops can be kind of annoying. Oh wow! Oh, that was close. Almost ended up jumping right into that icicle. Finds the checkpoint though, so and gets the power up. Immediately loses it though. And now we got some Blowy Joey action. Oh, Evan taking a death on that icicle action. That one is going to be really tricky for our players to deal with, or at least for Evan to deal with. Mivien's already getting well past it. Oh no! Oh, just couldn't time the jump correctly. The good thing is he has that checkpoint, and having the... Oh wow. Not sure how he made that through. I didn't think that had enough iframes to make that through, but does make it through. Now we're going to have another chance at this swamp section. Looking for a power, we're not going to find it in that tree, unfortunately. Okay, opposite for Go the Swamp, just jump off the Koopas, and it's going to make it in goal. So Mivien's taking another one. Trying to salvage anything he can from this set, and well played at the end there. Those are some tricky jumps. Evan just having a little bit of trouble there. So one more game in this set. Players. And 3, 4. But the question is 3, 4 what? Certainly doesn't look... Whenever you see a checkpoint at the beginning of the you gotta feel a little bit concerned. You gotta wonder what's exactly was going through the little creator's head. Oh, in this case, it was Rising Lava. Always fun to see play versus. Oh, and oh no, Miviens. Oh, just barely managing to not stay alive there. Okay, it is going to be rising and falling off, so it's not going to trap the players eternally. But it looks like we got some nasty boss action going. Okay. Evan sitting on those crates. That big pom-pom did not have the key. Maybe it's taking another death. Looks like we got some more pom-poms going on. Oh, Evan just missing the jump. That looked like there's not much time left on that, so... And now Miviens and Evan both in the same place, and having to deal with these bosses. They're gonna have to hope that this Meowser doesn't have the key, because fighting a Meowser with anything but Fire Flower is extremely tedious, and so... Well, it wasn't in that pom-pom either, so... And Evan going back, deciding to get the Fire Flower so that he can fight Meowser a little bit easier. It's the key. Has to get in that block though, where the lava comes back. He does manage to get it, and I believe that's going to be the win. Yep, Evan takes it. So Evan winning this series 10-3. Well played by Evan. Miviens, after the first, I believe it was 5 games, managing to make a, not exactly a comeback, but at least getting a few wins in there. So salvaging a little bit of this match, but in the end, it's going to be Evan taking it this series. So. Looks like maybe it looks like they got confused about what the score was, maybe. Well, I guess we're getting a little bonus action today. Assuming one of these players can actually make the shell jumps. Not the kind of level you want to see versus. Saw one of these last night, and players having a lot of trouble with the shell jumps, so... Well, neither player having too much trouble with that one. Oh, well... Well, Evan throws the shell into Mivien, but loses the shell in the process, so now it's... And that Koopa, unfortunately, is not going to respawn unless they can both get far enough off the screen, and I don't think that's going to work out for them, so... Okay, looks like maybe the players realizing that they had the scores mixed up. So I think that should be it for this matchup. Evan making a little bit of a statement here. Yeah, that one was for fun. So that is going to be it for our first matchup, I believe. Hopefully at some point the players realize that the set is over. Yeah, I guess until then, just enjoy this extra innings overtime, I guess, if you want to say that. Although usually it only goes to overtime when it's tied. So this is the players just deciding and having a little fun, I guess. So, yeah. Alright, so the interesting level setup. Of course, this one's not going to count, unfortunately, but it looks like Miviens slightly in the lead. Oh. Unfortunately, the last one does not count for 10 points, so I'm just going to have to wait this one out. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Parachute thwomp. You never see it coming. You never see the parachute thwomp coming. Both of our players just having a little bit of fun, hopefully, for this last one. So. Alright, so that is going to be it for this set. Once again, Evan taking the set 10-3. Still a long ways to go for the season for both of our players, but Evan getting out. I believe that's going to put Evan in the lead for the time being. You know, 1 game lead over Enviosity in the series. So, yeah. That is going to be it, and we'll see you in a little bit for our next matchup.